Hi everybody, so this is going to be my Dave Ramsey baby step series. Today I'm going to talk about baby step 0. Notice a lot of people kind of miss this little subsection of steps. This is everything that you do before you start the main steps. So the first thing you need to get in your mindset is that you're committing to never borrow money again. And this is going to be hard for some people, especially for people who are relying on credit cards a lot right now, or loans or anything like that. That's mostly because you don't have a good working budget and you have more expenses than you have income. The next part of it is going to have to do with if you're married or you have a significant other that you're living with. If you're tying expenses in any way, legally or anything like that, you need to talk to your spouse. It's not a their money versus my money. It's, especially if you're legally married, it's your money regardless. It's our money. It's their, like the couple's money. The reason for this is because if you're married and say that person has $150,000 in debt, if they pass away for an accident or anything like that, and say they don't have life insurance, which is a little side topic, but if they don't have life insurance, that debt is your debt. You have to deal with it because it's your marriage. So if you're working the steps together, you're going to get out of debt together, and then it's more peace of mind for the relationship. If you do have your money separate, I know some people file their taxes separate, so technically at that point, yes, it is separate. Still have meetings about your budgets, making sure that you guys are reaching your goals together. Speaking of budgets, regardless if you're single or not, your main part of this little baby step is to write a budget. Now I have different ways you can write a budget. You can write one by hand if you'd like. I also have one for Excel, and then I have one for EveryDollar. And I really like those programs. I really like Excel. It's actually Google Sheets. I personally like it because I like that program. Some people like EveryDollar because it's an app. I use both on my phone, so it doesn't really matter to me. Some people like writing it down. Do whatever works for you, and if you have a spouse, do whatever works for both of you together. Now, this next step, I can't do because of the fact that my job requires it. If you do not have mandatory retirement, stop your retirement. Your retirement money will eventually be there a lot faster when you have money to put into it. Right now, if you have a lot of debt, you don't really have money to put into it. If you can stop it, use that money to work on your debt or whatever goals that you need to get to. The next step is getting current on your 4 walls. Your 4 walls are food, utility, shelter, and transportation. Making sure you have enough money for those basic things. What will help you a lot through this entire journey is getting rid of things you don't need, especially the toys you don't use. You have an RV, a boat, or something like that you only use maybe twice a year, or maybe not if the weather's not working for you. Just get rid of it. Sell it. Use that money towards whatever you're working on. The next is cutting lifestyle things. So if you have a lot of subscriptions or things like that, like say a beauty box or anything like that, get rid of that. If you have Hulu and you're not actually using Hulu, get rid of it. If you have Spotify and you're not actually using Spotify, get rid of it. Cut on your cable. There's ways to negotiate your cable or cut it out completely and just use like a Fire Stick or a Chromecast or any of those other things. If you just watch Hulu and Netflix, then all you really need is internet, and those 2 subscriptions will be a lot cheaper. And just keep in mind, all of these cutting things out is temporary. Once you get out of debt or whatever large thing you need to work on, if you don't have debt and you're just trying to get a house, once you have that, you can always go back and add that into your lifestyle. You're going to have more money to work with later. And the last part of this before you move on to baby step 1 is getting current on all of your bills. So that's all the minimums of all the credit cards, of all the debt, of everything like that. You get current on them. Now, if you have anything in collections that doesn't have a minimum, they'll be addressed in baby step 2. But for now, be current on all your bills, on all your minimums of your credit cards or your loans or your medical bills, anything that is currently coming to you, and make sure everything's at least the minimums on it. So I will see you next time for baby step 1. If you'd like the series, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good day.